Hi everybody. Out here riding on the old Yamaha again. Thought I'd get out here and see how things were going. Beautiful day, nice and warm. Sun's getting ready to set out that way. Thought I'd get a ride in before she gets too dark. Got a chance to go down to the beach this past New Year's and visit with some friends. I thought I'd tell you about a story of instant karma. I don't know if you've been doing what I've been doing with all the nasty weather, doing some internet searches of motorcycles and other stuff, and somehow I ended up on instant karma. You know, that's where you do something stupid or mean or something, and karma smacks you down just right away. Well, we were headed to the beach, and we're coming from the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and we're headed to Myrtle Beach. And it's a good 3-hour drive or so, and we like to go through the country for the most part of it and go through the small towns, and because we're not in any hurry, you know, and just puttering around. And we were going down this 2-lane road down into just as we got into South Carolina, and maybe 30 minutes from actually the Myrtle Beach where we were headed, and we were following behind a truck, and he was running right at the speed limit. He was running 55 miles an hour, and we were a safe distance behind him. And I looked in my mirror, and you know, if you're going the speed limit, people are going to start piling up behind you. That's just a fact here in North Carolina, and in South Carolina too. I guess it is everywhere, but we didn't feel like we could get around the truck safely where we were. It was a 2-lane road, a little bit like this, but without as much visibility ahead. Wasn't quite this. It was kind of built up a little bit more. And so I looked at my rearview mirror, and one of these big Hummers comes up behind me. Now, this is not the military Humvee. This is the next one down. This is a real big one, but it's a civilian version. And so he's following me, and he's not too close. He gets it. He's kind of close at first, but he realizes I can't go anywhere, and he doesn't think he can pass us because we're on stuff like this. You know, it's curvy. There's double yellow lines, and really you can't pass through here safely. So he's following us. So that's 3 of us now, and so looking in my rearview mirror, and I see this white car come flying up behind the Hummer, and she keeps popping her nose out and just about getting hit in traffic every time because she can't really see around him because he's so big. We can't see around the truck in front of us because he's so big. So really we're all kind of stuck. Well, we get to a sort of a semi-straight place, still double yellow lines, with an intersection coming up, because you can see the sign on the side that says there's an intersection coming up. And she pulls out, and it's a woman. Didn't mention that, I guess, but I didn't notice it till she went by us. She pulled out and stomped it, and she's in the left lane, double yellow lines, can't see where she's going, I know, and just flying up past this Hummer, and flies by me and flies by the truck. Well, the Hummer pulls out as soon as she goes by. He pulls out behind me, behind her as she goes by, and stomps on it and starts zooming up behind her. Well, again, you know, I told you I can't see anything really. Well, my wife starts laughing. She's sitting over in the right-hand passenger seat, and I said, well, "What are you laughing about?" And about that time, I had to slam on the brakes because the Humvee had slammed on his brakes and had whipped it in behind the big truck, between the big truck and us, and hardly left us any room because the big truck was slamming on his brakes. And we just all kind of, you know, had a moment there where your heart's in your throat, hoping we can get stopped. And fortunately for me, they were the only 2 people that had been behind me, so I didn't have anybody running into me from behind. Well, my wife is still laughing, even though we're getting all jerked around in the car, and I said, "What are you laughing about?" And she says, "You're going to see in just a minute." So we go maybe from here down here to this street where these street signs are, and again, I'm still behind the Hummer and the big truck, and I look off to my right, And there's the white car pulled over on the side of the road with a highway patrolman behind it with all the lights on. And right before that car was pulled over there, I had seen off to the right-hand side that we were entering a town where the speed limit was 35 miles an hour. Now you talk about instant karma. Passing on a double yellow, passing through an intersection, and probably going 70 in a 35 when he finally saw her. I mean, you know, that's just, I mean, that's karma. I'm sorry, you know? And you don't get to see it very often. And we still laugh about that, still joke. You know, I feel sorry for the woman. I mean, she might have had somewhere she really had to be. I mean, I don't know. But, man, did she do it all? I mean, the only thing she could have done worse would have been to clip the dump truck as she went by. You know, I mean, that's the only thing else, only other way she could have made it worse. But we've been laughing about that ever since. And I don't know if you think about karma, you know, whether you believe in karma, you know, you can call it karma, you can call it fate, justice, whatever you want to, cosmic justice, whatever you want to call it. But I'm a firm believer in it. And anytime I do something that when I look back on it is kind of stupid or crazy, I'm just sure glad I didn't get instant karma, but I'm just waiting for it to happen. You know, things seem to happen in, everybody says, oh, they happen in threes. And boy, they do to me. You know, something will happen if I get a flat tire in my car. It'll be the same day when I'm late for work, and it'll be raining. You know, just stuff like that. It's just insane, but it always happens. But that's just bad luck. I don't know that that's karma, but it might be. I don't know. Alrighty, well, I just thought I'd share that little story with you. I get a chuckle out of it. Maybe that makes me a bad person. Maybe karma's gonna smack me down for laughing at somebody else's misfortune. I'm sorry, karma. I just got to. All right, you guys take care. See you later.